Hello everyone. I have finally started uploading my footage from the April Monthly Standard Tournament, only 2 days away from the May Monthly Standard Tournament. I know I'm incredibly on time and I couldn't have uploaded it at a better time. But yeah, so here it is. It's not going to be very edited. I'll provide commentary on some games, especially ones where I had my microphone muted or I just wasn't saying much. Also, during my game 2, there was a guy that didn't consent to being recorded and didn't know that I was, so he will be cut out. But yeah, it's going to be a long video, so I hope you all enjoy. Also, when I recorded these, I did not realize that the quest automatically records them in a square format until you change it in settings, which I have now, and future videos will be in 1920 by 1080. So yeah, sorry about that. It will be changed in the future. Okay, so in about roughly 15 minutes, I'm going to be playing in the April Monthly Standard. It's a conquest style tournament, basically open to anyone on the Discord server. And I am just going to be showing some of my main decks that I've been working on. So first we've got my Wild Horde Rush deck. It's pretty I'd like to say it's relatively unusual, but I mean not unusual, it's just a little different. So I mean, obviously I've got my low mana creatures, my mana harvesters, Skyward Century, Vexer. Now here's where the fun part is, Boons to Bones. This is for discarding cards such as Garanon and Overseer to bring them back with the Tombstone Mimics. And also with the bones that I summon, I can play Dread Experiments and sacrifice them. Wyvern Whisperer, I'll also play Dread Experiments on the Wyvern sometimes, or maybe even the Tombstone Mimic if I've got certain things like that. Drexcall obviously is in it. Unenergized Elemental's in it. Monster Spore, I really think this card needs a nerf. It's very strong. Actually, I'll take a Pack Beast. Pack Beast is not as helpful as I thought it was. Maybe I'll add, like, I don't know, Arcane Experiment or something. Something, I don't know, something either like cheap or just something that I can like get value with. Maybe even like Cautious Hunting Party I could do. Like for some ranged. I'm not sure yet. I just don't know. Summer Monk is popular, but I don't think I'll include it. I could do Disturb Spirit. Disturb Spirit would be pretty annoying for my opponents, I believe. Yeah, I'll throw 2 in. Why not? I'll throw 2 in. Why not? So Disturb Spirit is in there. Sudden Onslaught, just immobilize. Scorching Jelly is, you know, actually I should probably take this out too because I'm not going to use it very much. Oh, actually, idea. Call me crazy. Let's bring in. Where is he? Zelsus. Because I can either reserve him and get a slime, just to like either sacrifice or use, or if I have Overseer on the board, then that's basically like a 5/5 into 3/3, which I think is pretty worth it. So, I also have Wings of Fury, which this is just kind of for fun, honestly. And then triple Maggie for obvious reasons. Reserve it, get 2 mana. It's Rush. It's basically borderline required. So yeah, that's the first deck. Now I've got my reliable Plundering Guild mid-range deck. I've got triple Mercenary Mayhem. This card probably needs a nerf. Adventurous Farmhand, Bullets, Trapjaw Stump, Pickpocket Tomarald, Pillaging Prince. So with Pillaging Prince, obviously this is like mainly for either getting coins or just having an amp 3/3/2. It's also good. Pillaging Prince, if I get a bad matchups can include like Acumen, and Asia Bones can be a little annoying sometimes. So if I ever get a bad matchup, I can just try to plunder the cards that I need to try to like kill them. Like for example, maybe Reparations or a Final Spell or just something like that. Drexcall, which is obviously I'm just summoning so many things. Grave Robber, this is my main card that probably annoys my opponents the most. Just getting, like, if say the opponent is playing Asia Bones, I can like let's say they sacrifice like an Apprentice Necromancer or something, I can steal the Necromancer out of their graveyard before they get a chance to Necromancy it. That is why I like this card. Copy Mage, it's just Copy Mage. Monster Spore, I Fireball, Garanon, Wandering Executioner. I also have 2 Barony Socialites just because I realized I have a lot of Nobles in it, so I might as well include it just for more plunder. Gurm is in there. Then I have Spellbook Forgery, Overseer, and Alteran. So that's my second deck. And then the third deck, which is probably the strangest one. You may say that I have tournament Dungeon Master. I haven't used that actually ever, so don't worry about that. I mean, I've used it in ranked sometimes a while ago, but how much time do I have left? Oh, I got time. Okay, so for this deck, I've got Necromancy. It's kind of similar to but more creatures. Has like 7. This one has 13. The gameplay is relatively the same. Just summon a bunch of sellswords and have a bunch of spells. Except this time, like I've got healing, so I'll play Channeling Destruction hopefully soon. I might even put 3 in here, honestly, but I don't know what to remove. Like, just to try to get it as soon as possible. What could I put in there? Maybe take out a Stalwart Guard. I think that's what I'll do, and then go to, where was it? Yeah, Augur. Yeah. So. No, don't leave. So. Yeah, summon sellswords, and I have a lot of cards that like have discard abilities to gain life to make these go a lot faster. Subjugation, it's good against Rush sometimes. Arcane Experiment, I only have 2, so I probably could have 3 if I wanted to, but I don't know. 2 is kind of a lot, and Rush decks are going to be my main problems, so I might as well not have too many. Yeah, Dread Experiments I have, since I have so many sellswords, I can just sacrifice them and get more cards. Back down aggression, needed. Unlawful Trespass, need. Parchment Barrage, needed. Unlawful Trespass, might be needed, I'm not really sure. Golden Silence just gives you life. Reparations, absolutely necessary if I'm going to slow my opponent down. Stalwart Guard, just to this, and then Vicarious Arcane Eater. You may be very surprised. A lot of like pro players might be surprised to see this, because like I have a lot of spells, so I might as well. This is basically my win con, where I get the opponent's health low with Channeling Destruction, and then with Great Revitalization, I will sacrifice an Arcane Eater to try to win. Now I have Garen in for draw and life. Mercenary Leader obviously has some of my sellswords like that. Resource Equalization, I can make my opponent discard cards, especially if they're playing Rush and they're low. This can be very annoying to them. Or if I just want to get life, I can discard it. And then Great Rev is like my main win con, like I was saying. So yeah, I hope everything goes well. Last tournament I was in did particularly well with... I might not have my mic on, I'm pretty sure I do, right? If I don't, it's going to be really funny. But yeah, so hopefully I do well, and we'll see what happens. So I just got word of my first matchup. It is against Coca-Cola, and then some numbers after. I don't exactly remember. This is someone I haven't heard of him. I haven't heard of them. I don't know what they play. So I mean, haven't seen them they're not on the leaderboard or anything, right? No. So I mean, I'm prepared for anything. If I see Dungeon Master, I might just assume it's Aisha Bones, but I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't really have a strategy yet, I guess, since I don't know this player, but we'll see what happens. I guess my decks are kind of all over the place. Like I mean, they're all fairly aggressive, so if I see Acumen, if I see Augur, I might just ban that and hope I didn't ban Merc Band. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I just took a picture on accident, whoops.
Yeah, this is my username. Okay. This one's full, so do you want to join? Wait, are you Cordio? Or higher? Oh. Alright, go to Grassroots.
No way you just said that. Huh?
So going into round 1, when you don't really know who you're going to play, it does make things a little weird because, like I said in the vlog, you really don't know what to expect at all. And just because this guy's gold doesn't mean that like I'm just going to let my guard down, because there are a lot of people that are very, very good in these conquest tournaments. They just don't play ranked because they don't want to like face the meta. Where versus in Conquest, all you have to do is just like ban the meta decks. So he bans my Wild Horde, which means that I'm mainly going to be playing Control, which shouldn't be too difficult. I also decided to ban his Plunder because it's just a pretty standard thing for me. It makes my matchups a little more consistent.
It is
By the way,
not
since it's a
good.
public tavern, a lot of other people just decided to
Oh, you
show
don't
up
need
and
ink.
start messing with us as we were playing, which was
Bro, you know how you say you're better
a
than
little
me and
bit
you have both
annoying.
done
I'm not
it?
really
That's
sure
crazy, bro. Imagine being
how
that
much
bad.
Coca-Cola minded, but I didn't. I mean, even if he was fine with it, I really didn't want
Bro, he's actually
him to be
garbage.
distracted,
He says
let
he's good,
alone
he's
myself.
actually terrible.
So I don't do anything turn one. I just
This is terrible.
enhance and play
Bro, he's
the
just bad in general.
Pillaging Prince. I probably won't really have time to plunder, assuming he gets going
know,
quickly. So I
yeah,
just
mess
enhance
with
it,
him
and
a
usually
little
I'm going to be using it as a blocker here, unless he's very slow.
I'll chill out.
Now here, I don't know why I tank. I really should just be playing the Spore right here.
You're just ping Tucker.
You get 2 removal cards. Unfortunately, one of them is a Mayhem, but oh well. I still get removal. Happy with that. He likes to kill it, which makes sense with the EMB. And also, he's not really using a lot of Mon. He didn't even enhance the Mon Harvester, so I don't really know what he's doing here. I don't know what he has in his hand. No, I really don't know why I tanked for so long. I really should just be playing the Executioner and then Mayheming, just completely killing everything. It took me a while to like figure that out for some reason. I don't really know what I was thinking.
Yes.
But yeah, I kill everything. And then he necromances, and I don't know if he legitimately didn't have a plan or if he was just mocking me for taking a while. If he was mocking me, I kind of understand that. I do tank a little bit, quite frequently, but yeah, so he decides to bring back a stump, which is interesting, and kills the Executioner. I really don't know what his plan is at this point. Now here what I should have done is just enhance and play both the Baroness Ursula and the Pickpocket of Tomarol, but I accidentally enhanced the Copy Mage, which I didn't mean to do, so I decided to play the unenhanced Pickpocket and get coins back, which should probably be alright, and I do Plunder. Since he's particularly slow, not very good cards that I plundered. I guess Gorging Gilly is technically removal, but I mean, it's not the most useful card, especially for the mana cost, but it is what it is. So here I should probably go for more removal just to be extra safe. So yeah, I enhance that. And I do just decide to kill that, and then I kill the thing, being incredibly conservative with my control, making sure he has absolutely nothing ever, and I decided to push everything since, I mean, what is he gonna do? Even though he's playing Rush, if he like full pushes with a bunch of like amped creatures, it's still not gonna be that much damage, and I don't really mind. Here he goes with the Drax Call. Plays 2 things, and I guess this is just probably one of the worst Drax Calls ever. I don't know, maybe he has a ton of spells in his deck, so he just doesn't get that much value. I'm not really sure if he just got unlucky or what, but I mean, usually for Drax Call you do have to set it up. You have to have a bunch of cheap creatures in your deck and not many spells if you want to get the max value out of it. After I play the Copy Mage, I do get insanely lucky with the King. By the way, Copy Maging the Enhanced King, that's going to be... I mean, I'm already like pretty much winning, but that's just even more ridiculous. I don't know why I didn't full push here. I mean, pushing the taunt, it's just more damage. There's not really a point to keeping it behind, since he's not going to kill me. So now he just gets cards. Thing is, with Sudden Onslaught, it's not really worth it to just use it for draw, because 3 cards for 5 mana is not very good. Maybe that's just not exactly a fair trade. Although like drawing is drawing, but you really should be using that to mobilize to get the maximum value. I plunder that, I enhance, I kill the Bone Brew, and then I push everything. And as I'm doing that, I think that would have been enough, but I don't remember. Oh yeah, it was. So he just forfeits before I even have a chance to flip, which is fine. So now we're off to game 2. I have to play the Augur since he banned the Wild Horde. And this was the goofiest deck ever. And yeah, so weird starting hand, because I'm not really sure what he's doing. He is playing Mastery, which is kind of interesting. Since I don't have a lot of taunt, if he goes for like a meow-like setup where he just tries to spam spells as fast as he can, then interestingly enough, I almost forget to discard the Beneficial Agreement just to get more life and give that progress towards the Channeling Destruction. You just use to get more chip damage, which you definitely should do. And I could do a few things. I probably should. Yeah, this is what I did. I could also choose to suppress the. Oh yeah, that is what I did. Never mind. I could have also probably played Parchment Barrage and then Indenture Servitude, but then he might be able to outspell me depending on how many spells he has. I guess it's good that I have another one now. That I have another Golden Silence for me to suppress the Beautiful Servant again, which is alright. I'm not really concerned with his damage since it's just not a lot. So discard that, get even more life now. I probably should be being a little more like concerned with the amount of damage since it's not going to be super. I don't get any kills with the subjugation, unfortunately. I've not gotten a Merc Leader, which sucks. It would really be nice to just get more blockers, since apparently he's not going to be doing that much. He's just kind of spamming spells and pushing creatures that really are not meant to be pushed. I mean, the Bone Brute is, but for the other two, that's just not their purpose. So I do get another card to discard and get more life. I do decide to just suppress it and I get a lot of value from that. As well as, of course, the, oh yeah, and that triggered, which is pretty fast. I mean, on turn 5, like, that's really fast. So, yeah, it's going well. Chooses to banish, fair enough. And he sacrifices his things to get more cards. Makes sense. I don't really understand why he did that. I mean, it's just a sellsword. I mean, I know that the Bone Brute would die and he gets damage from it, but it's just not a lot of value. So, oh well. Now I should probably start beefing up the Arcane Eater, since he doesn't have a lot of Dark Matter Blasts left. And no Mastery at the moment. So did I play 2 spells here? I think I did. And then I had sacrificed to get more cards. No, I didn't. I lied. Misremembered. Oh well. But yeah, 4/4 is what it is. It's pretty good. It's going to be very hard for him to remove at this point, even if he gets a bunch of Mastery. Unless he did it right here. No, he didn't. It'd be interesting if... I'm wondering if, excuse me. Now I'm suddenly wondering what it would be like if, you could get, like, if Mastery affected life gain, that would be a little interesting and be a little buff to the whole Mastery thing, which probably needs it after the nerf. I mean, it doesn't need it, but, like, it's definitely not meta right now. So it could use it. Now he plays an Arcane, but mine's just faster, so it's kind of too late now even with that. He's getting low on cards. I mean, as am I, but like I have Gary, I have Draw. So it's kind of fine. Still not getting my... I do get to kill it, which is nice, but I'm still not really getting my my Merc Leaders, which are pretty necessary. Well, there it is. There's one. I could Necromancy. I could play Necromancy on like a sellsword if I wanted to, just to give it +1/+1. But did I do that? Oh yeah, I did that. Pretty silly play. Just being like even more annoying. Which, I mean, at this point I should have it in the bag because he has like no cards, and I have an 8/8 Arcane Eater.
Let's see.
Yeah, those things don't really help him, even with the Mastery. He's just not close enough to killing me. If I had like 5 life left, I probably should be a little bit concerned. But I'm just not.
Are you accepting your fate?
Did I second mark bait? No, I just got cards. Which is good. Oh, and that's 2 very good cards because I can just get a bunch of cell swords. And yeah, he's, I mean, I can't blame him. I'd be pretty mad if this happened to me as well. I mean, a master shows up and 1410s your... It gets a 1410 Arcane Eater, like, that's just not fair. And he plays it direct, but there's nothing he can do. And once again, he forfeits, like, right before I have a chance to flip. So that concludes round 1. So, funny story, I just finished my round 1 game against what was actually Discal. And if you don't know who Discal is a currently banned player. He was banned for basically having multiple alt accounts. I think he got banned and then he came back. And then he got a new account and turned out to be playing in this tournament. So, and then I beat him 2-0, like you all saw. And then afterwards, I go to check the scores. I'd played some fun matches with Ziegelstein and had some conversations with him. And I forgot to check the score. So about like half an hour after I had done that, I checked the score, and it says he won 2-1, which obviously is not correct. I won. So basically, I might open some packs while I'm waiting. My round 2 match is coming up very soon. I'm playing Scruffy, another player I haven't really heard of. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. So, I'm waiting for him to tell me the different now. Okay, Bloodkeep. So, yeah, they already played their round 2 match, but we're gonna redo it right now. So, good luck to me. We'll see what happens. So going into round 2, I kind of had a very similar mindset to the first game, even though I had won the first game fairly easily. I still didn't really want to underestimate this guy. Even if he's just a gold, I mean, I need to be prepared for anything. For all I know, I could get some absolutely ridiculous deck that hard counters all my stuff but loses to everything else. I mean, I really have no idea. I should be prepared for absolutely anything. I have to stay on my toes at all times, even if it turns out to be some like player that I really don't need to be on my toes for, you know.
I got MRA, Plundering, and Dungeon Master.
I decided to be in the Plundering Guild deck since it probably was the least predictable.
Oh my god.
He told me afterwards that it was a Bane's deck, and if I knew it was a Bane's deck, I would have let him play it because they're just not good.
Let's bend that
And I would let him have some fun before I beat him.
I just want to play my Assassin's
That sounded
deck
really
so
egotistical,
bad.
but you know, whatever. So I decided to start off with the Wild Horde deck.
It's too late now.
He banned my Plundering Guild also. He's playing Lich, which is interesting.
No, it doesn't.
Because after the nerf, he's borderline unusable.
I'm bringing it back.
But it is what it is. I have 2 Mana Harvesters, which is good. I mean, I probably should have reserved like a Wyvern Whisperer and then played 2 because he's not going to have very much removal, and getting 2 mana per turn is going to be huge. So now here, I do choose to reserve the Wyvern Whisperer and draw cards. Still don't do that. I guess my thought process was a little different, but I mean, this is completely fine also. Just getting cards, just filling up the board, assuming he's playing Rush, because if he's not, then nothing else really makes sense. He does play a Loyal Spell Shaper, which in this case it's completely fine to do, but if I have literally any removal, then that's terrible for him.
It's getting very scary.
Like, I mean against a deck like mine, he really shouldn't be, because in the off chance that I've got like a Dark Matter Blast, then he's just wasted 3 mana completely. But I don't have one, so it doesn't really matter. Obviously, I can't push the Wyvern since it has the +1/+1 on it. And then I rage like a little baby because I forgot how the game works. And now, once again, another turn without a...
I like playing spells.
Without a... What's it called? A goddamn... spell. So
Believe
do
in me,
boost the
have faith in
bones
me.
and get the Overseer's ability back. And I don't choose to push the taunt because assuming he has at least some spells, then the Overseer is vulnerable, but now that's another card in the reserves to get mobilized with the Tombstone with the Overseer Tombstone, or I don't know if I should say it like that, but it is. I mean, I did have Wyvern Whispers and other things, but you know, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'll have board. I will be fine. He chooses to heal, which I mean, I don't see how he's using like the Lich's ability very much. This does not seem like the most useful thing for him to do, but it is what it is.
Other friendly creatures have more guns.
So I reserve the Maggie. Then I sacrifice the Bone Amalgamate to get cards. That's the main. I was just kidding. I did that, and this is why I play in the game and use my brain when I'm actually playing and not afterwards. Because afterwards I'm just not remembering these kinds of things, and I'm just kind of watching. And like I said, I'm stupid. I'm a big dum head.
That's really how you feel?
Probably could have pushed the Mana Harvester if I wanted to, since I'm not really going to need it. I mean, I changed my mind. I shouldn't have. But once it gets to like turn 8, I should definitely be pushing it, because more mana is just not going to be useful to me when I already have so much. It's that late in the game. So yeah, my board is full. He has a Field Bureaucrat and nothing else on his board, not using the Lich's ability at all. I mean, I really don't understand this deck, because I mean, if you were trying to get 0 mana, if you were trying to get 0 mana, like soul essences, then like he should be sacrificing things, but he's not sacrificing anything. I don't know if he's just he has a bunch of cheap cards that he's just not getting, like, and he's just getting insanely unlucky. But
makes sense.
I mean, there has to be some explanation, because this looks more like a Zaroarthrix deck with a Lich in it. Like, it's just weird. So what I do, yeah, I play another Overseer. Did I just win here?
I think
I just won.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's kind of max anyways.
And yeah, so now I can basically push. It's gonna be over by this turn or next turn.
Yeah, I got no choice but to go for the taunt. I gotta block some other creatures.
I don't remember what I was saying here, but I'm sure it was riveting.
It's okay.
And I really am regretting like not having my mic on. I just thought it'd be better to commentate in post, but commentating live is just a little bit more fun.
It's not.
Just to really like take in the vibe of being there. But I missed out on it, and luckily I realized my mistake, and I did have my mic on for games 3, 4, and 5, so it's gonna be a little more fun for that.
Now it's starting to get scary.
So yeah, big damage.
I don't.
Right there, he has nothing going for him.
Ew, no, final spells are disgusting.
His game is pretty much over here. I mean, I don't know what he does. I don't know what he could have. So it's a Necromancer that, which is interesting.
Do I look weak?
Now he gets a card. Now Necromancer gets Soul Essence, but it doesn't help him. Yeah, I don't know what this is all about. Not gonna lie. I mean he has a lot of spells, but like if anything, there should be a Zaroarthrix deck, not a Lich deck, because the Lich just doesn't synergize with this at all. See, now I can just push everything, which I do. And I didn't need to push that, but I did. I just like the visual of having them all pushed.
No, not really.
Except the Overseer, of course, because that's vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know?
Imagine
so that's game 1 in the books. It's a weird deck, but you beat it. So now, once again, we have to play the Augur order.
Yeah, I'm playing my MRA. Yeah, and you're plundering also.
get a lot better draw this
I
time.
need to make a new MRA deck. This one sucks.
Fortunately enough, he's not playing the Lich, so.
Oh no,
I mean, if he's playing, if he's playing Wild Horde, this should be like a bad matchup if he gets really anything going.
So I never like.
But luckily, the Parchment Barrage should be on for a very long time, assuming he doesn't have a ton of spells. But he does have a few. I probably should have played Pacting on Aggression in case. Because that's not going to be a breach. Like a breach in a Wild Horde Augur deck just makes no sense. Just play the Elemental.
Yeah, you can keep it.
I just don't get this.
I'll take it too.
With the guard on the field, that doesn't even kill it. Like, if it were a fair trade and you get 2 damage, sure, but I still have the taunt. Like, the taunt is just what I want. It's all I really need. And there's no point in pushing with the Stalwart Guard because, one, that makes it's only going to be like half as effective with the Channeling Destructions in play, as well as I will also I also need that taunt in case he has. I guess against the Wild Horde deck, since they don't have a lot of removal, maybe I could have pushed, but whatever. I'm thinking about a bunch of stupid things. Get rid of the Reparation since there's not going to be a lot of value with it against the Wild Horde deck. I did sniff out the Breach, which I don't know why I don't know why he has that in his deck, but I probably should have just gone for the Necromancy, and then I would have seen it, and then I could have played another one. I am wasting my ability to Necromance the Arcaneater and the Mercenary Leader, whatever. So I am seeing some weird stuff in his deck, like a lot of contracts, a lot of like beneficial agreement. I'm not really sure what that's all about. So here's another Merc Leader. Yeah, I could Necromance the Stalwart Guard, which, yeah, it's another Breach, which is interesting. Yeah, here's what I do now. And
You're about to
Necromance it again? No, I play Pacts on Aggression, which doesn't make any sense. Because, yeah, if he's playing Russian, it might help, but
makes sense.
It's just not going to be a problem to him.
Bandit.
I don't really care about the healing unless that's. If it were Life Hack, it would have triggered by now. And if it's Healing Destruction, whatever. It just doesn't really matter. So yeah, big 4 damage, big reaction from me. I'm just messing along, which is another reason why I really regret. Why I really regret not having my mic on, because I was kind of just messing around and laughing with all these guys. So I did miss out on that, but oh well. So yeah, we suck that. Get more. Draw. Big sensor on that guy, by the way. Up goes the Channeling Destruction. And 2 more Cell Swords. So, by the way, after this, the guy that didn't want to be recorded started getting on his side, and there wasn't really much interesting that happened anyway, so I'm just gonna cut out the last few minutes. I'm completely winning. It's not like it's not like you're missing out on anything, so yeah, unfortunately, I'm just gonna cut this one out. I'll cut to the end. So yeah, like I was saying, nothing really interesting happened. He did play a Hungry Mimic, and then I fed a bunch of Cell Swords to it because I thought it was funny, and then I was like, oh, look, he's cheating. Why do they all keep dying? And they thought it was funny because I am funny. But yeah, that's round 2. So that was my round 2 game. Went pretty well. Gotta say, I like my last opponent a lot more than this cow, if I gotta admit. So went pretty cleanly. He played some weird decks. Field Bureaucrat and what was it? Field Bureaucrat with like Lich. It just doesn't make any sense at all. So it was 2 pretty easy wins. He just wasn't getting what he needed. I'm not really even sure what those decks are all about. Maybe that Augur, maybe that Dungeon Master deck was just or yeah, he did say that his Dungeon Master deck was just him messing around because everyone always bans it. So I guess he was just. I guess I don't know what I expected. But so for tomorrow, I am now into the Elite 8, as they say. So I will be playing the winner of Book Geek and Lazar of Neutral Faction Guy. So I'll get ready for tomorrow. I like the decks that I have. They've all proved me well. So I yeah, things are going well, and I should have at least 600 gems since I got at least 5th through 8th, so I'm feeling good.